Morning, fellas. A little more talking about the experience we had this weekend up at the track. So let me show you what I took, give you my thoughts on it, show you a couple other projects, and I've got another project here that I'm going to be working on that I'm going to bring you guys along on. These are the two that I took to the track up at Kevin's house this past weekend. It's the only two that I have ready at the moment. There is another car that I want to pick up. They did pretty good. The track was just a little bit dry in certain areas, so I got a little bit of an issue with the sprint car. This is a Losi 22 Sprint, bone stock electronics, stock tire, everything, bone stock. The car did really good. Handles really well. Got plenty of power. Now, mind you, on the radio for this car, you have three settings. You have 100%, 75%, and 50%. 100% is crazy. It reacts really good, goes into the corners really well, even on the stock tires. These tires are the stocks. They're not soft compound or anything like that. They have been run on asphalt a little bit, so they're wore in and grab the clay up there pretty good. The only issue is that in certain areas of the track, it was getting dry, and it would want to step out coming out of two and get a little squirrely, get a little sideways, but it was easy to gather it back up and head it down the back straight, go into 3 and 4. Did really well in those because this got a little bit more banking. What I wound up doing is turning the car down to 50% to run with my buddy out there. He actually drove the car using the radio. It's got a really small radio, so it was easy for him to use one-handed. And now he says he's got to have one. So thought that was pretty funny. But this is my short course late model or short course Charger, whatever you want to call. We started a series right here called the Carolina Charger series, and this is what I built for it. Now, this is based off of a Traxxas Slash two-wheel drive. The body is from Odd Designs. It is a 2020 something Camaro. It's not typically what I run, but I just wanted to do something different this year. Hey, body off. You can tell it's just a two-wheel drive Traxxas Slash with an LCG chassis kit. And if you don't know what that is, LCG is low center of gravity chassis kit. Castle brushless system from another project that was in here in the shop that I borrowed just for the weekend. I think I'm actually going to go back to a brush setup. Wound up having to turn the car way down. At peak, it was great. Again, the track was just a little dry in places, so it would get a little squirrely on the back straightaways at 120%. But turned the car down, it did really good. It would come into 3 and 4 just like it was on rails, and hugged the inside wall. Did great. Going into 1 and 2 was a little better. Track was a little more prepared on that end. Had a lot more shade on that side, so it held the moisture a lot better. These tires, I was on the fence about. I think when the track is manicured to what it used to be, I don't think there's going to be a problem. These are the Bandito SCMs. This was the last set of SCMs that I could find on eBay. And so I bought them and put them on here, and they're just on an RPM revolver wheel, which I'm not real happy about, but it's what I had. So it's what we went with. But stock shocks with some limiters that I've built. It's an internal limiter on this one over here on the left side of the car. Rear shock on the outside has a limiter also. Inside rear shock has no limiter at all to keep that tire planted. And really happy with the way it went. Now, the only thing that I did with this one, it does have RPM arms front and rear. It looks kind of crazy the way I've got it set up, but trust me, it works on that track. And then we have the ProLine body mounts, which are a little more dependable over the Traxxas body mounts. But the car did really, really well. I'm thinking I'm going to take it back to brushless and just put the Titan motor back in it. And then still turn the car down. So, it would be a dick move to take this car out there with the capabilities that it's got and just blatantly outrun, a guy that's not not able to, to perform at 100%. So We turned the cars down, and the racing was really good. It was really good, but this thing is okay. I'm very happy with it so far. Let me throw this next project that I've got up on the bench. She is crazy over here right now. Quick, Kevin, if you watch this, I told you there were several cars out here that were being built or that were built. And I'm about to show you two more that have been sitting here for quite a while. I'd say for about 6 months, we started building the cars, got into the smaller stuff, and these two kind of got put on the back burner. But once the owner found out that you were ready to see some guys and whatnot, that all of that's been stopped, and these are priority now. So let me show you what they are and who they belong to. All right, Kev, and everybody else is watching. Here's another one. Now this one is a 2-wheel drive slash as well on an LCG chassis. The body is not cut. It is not trimmed or anything. It's just been fit. It is a Mustang. Surprised it's not leaking oil. But Kevin, if you remember Clint, this is Clint's car, and he wants to get this thing finished so he can come up there and hang out with you, man. Said he misses you. So this is one of them. Here's the other car. This belongs to Clint's son, Lincoln, and this is a Dodge Challenger. This one was a nightmare to fit, but it's on there still. Need to open the wheel wells and trim the body, lay in the window mask, and then Clint's going to take them from there and put the paint on them, get them decaled up, and change the tires. Obviously, we will not be running. That was a standing rule. None of this knobby crap. So he's going to put tires on both of them, and when they are ready, hopefully within, he said it would roughly be about 2 weeks before he could get out there. He's going to come up, hang out with you, and catch up on some of those old times with you as well, man. Said he's glad he saw some of the other videos that were posted up on Facebook and is looking forward to getting out there and hanging out with you again. So when we went up there Saturday, we took what we had. These cars were never actually built for dirt. They were actually going to be run on asphalt. Even the sprint cars, we had taken the wings off the sprint cars, and we're just going to run them like midgets. So that was the plan when we started doing SFM. We came up with a racing series called the Carolina Charger Series. And mind you, there was no track. We were just going to set them up in a an open parking lot. Usually it's up here by the school above my house. When we got into the little cars, the 1RC stuff, the big cars, just everybody stopped because everybody got onto those smaller ones. They went after them. Holy cow. But now it looks like we're going to do that. We're going to go, these cars, like that car right there, my big car, is going to wind up just being a dirt car from here on. And that is fine with me. And it's still got the capability to run on asphalt. But, asphalt's made for getting to the track. Dirt's for racing. Anyway, when we got up there, like I said, I had this one. Eric's got a big car too. And he also has a sprint car like I've got. And so we took those. That's all we had. And so when we got up there, Kevin has what they call a Traxxas. I think they call it a Mud Boss, but it's actually like a modified. And I'll try to drop a picture up here of what that car looks like. Now, I don't have one. I've been wanting one for a while. I'm going to try to get myself one of them before the end of the year. They're not real crazy expensive. It's just, they take up a lot of room. I mean, we're talking this car's 25 inches long. So you need the real estate to put them. Trust me, I'm running out of real estate around here. And so we were running his Traxxas Mud Boss modified, whatever, against those. It was great. Racing's racing. It doesn't matter to me. And we weren't beating them up. And we really won't turning really fast laps. So there's no worry about tearing anything up. And especially on those Traxxas platforms, they're pretty much bulletproof. With the right RPM arms and stuff like that, you're not going to break it. So anyway, we were getting ready to put everything away. And Kevin said, we were sitting by the edge of the track, and he says, hey, come here. And so I followed him in the shop, and he pulled down this body and this chassis that I'm fixing to show you. Now, be it that he's in the situation he's in, obviously he can't apply the window mask and would have a little bit of trouble painting the car. I think he could do it, but, he's not able to do it 100%. So he asked me if I would bring the car home and paint it up. Now he's already got it, and when I show it to you, it's going to look crazy, uh, but he's already got the scheme kind of laid out, and asked me if I'd paint it for him. You know, mask windows and all this stuff, get the car painted, and I hate to say, I was kind of honored, you know. And I told him, hell yeah, I'll do it, and gladly. And so I called in a couple favors from some of the guys I know. Like, I've got a really good friend that I won't name drop, but you know who you are, dude, who is going to cut the decals for the car. The car's going to have a Cheerwine livery on it, because this dude loves his Cheerwine. Okay, so it's going to have his Cheerwine livery on it, and then we're going to just, you know, put the correct stickers on it to make it look like a Saturday night special, and then carry it back to him when the car's complete. But we're also going to throw some other stuff at it, because it's just irking us, and he deserves to have the same stuff that we got, is the way we said, me and Eric. And so let me show you what it is. There is an original RJ Speed wedge body, and I don't even know if you can still get these or not. So it's been around there for a while, and as you can see, there's a lot of scribble marks on it, and that's usually because these bodies, if you don't know, have a protective covering on them. You see it right here, it's kind of flaking back. This is Lexan, and so it has this protective film on it. So if you want to plan out a scheme, you have the ability to plan out a scheme. And so that's what he did. And so it's I get the gist of what he wants, and I'm going to deliver on that. But we're going to get this thing fitted as soon as we find a couple of parts. This is an original high center of gravity chassis, and there's nothing wrong with it. But again, we are just funny about that stuff and just want to kind of help him update it. We're going to drop this thing to an LCG chassis, and then transfer all of his electronics and everything back over, and then start fitting everything up and just make it, you know, just update the car, because we just want to, you know, we just want to. We're going to get him set up and get this thing together and carry it back to him, and I hope he drives the wheels off of it. And you know what? If it gets tore up, we'll do it again. We don't care. We just want to see this guy happy. I really can't fit it up right now. We got, like I said, we're sourcing a couple parts. And as soon as those parts are here and I get the chassis dropped, then I can fit the body. And that's what I'll pick this back up and show you guys how I fit it, how I cut it, and eventually how we paint it, which is not really hard. And then the kick-ass decal work that a good friend of mine does. He does beautiful work. And dude, I'm thankful that you're in on this. Thank you so much. But there we go, fellas. An original RJ Speed wedge on an original OG high center gravity chassis. Yeah, man, you better look out. This thing's going to be a bad, you know what, when we get done with it. There's several of us that are excited to be a part of this. There's a couple other hands that are going to be in on this too. And we're all excited to make this happen for you, even as small as it is, man. But you deserve it for everything you've done for us. We love you, Kev. Love you, Robin. Everybody else who's seeing this, thank you for taking interest. That last video I put up about it had some really nice comments and some nice interactions outside of social media about it. Some really nice messages that were sent to me. Thank you guys for taking an interest in it. It means a lot to me, and I know it'll mean a hell of a lot to him. Until the next video, take care, check on your neighbors, and be a decent human being. And God bless every one of you. We'll catch you later.